We are here again. Thank you for another opportunity to give you teaching on this special topic called types of pronouns. Pronouns simply means words or group of words that replaces a noun in a sentence. So pronouns does only one work or one job or only one thing to replace a noun in a sentence. And having said that, pronouns could be a bit challenging if one does not pay attention to discover the differences or the rules embedded in the use or uses of pronouns. But I can assure you that English still remains one of the simplest subjects on earth, with a condition that you have to study. But once an individual does not study, he or she is planning to fail. Then, why do I say English still remains one of the best subjects? It's because English is just a language, just the way everyone have or has a language. So we speak and say and play with it every day. So with that confidence, English is simple. Now let's quickly go to the business. But before I proceed, I would like to mention that this teaching is going to have part 2, types of pronouns part 2, because this board could not contain all the write-up. So because of that, watch out for the part 2. This part 1 ended at this place. We were still talking about personal pronouns and the chat. So in our second video, which is part 2, we are going to continue from demonstrative pronouns. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so that whenever new update comes up, you will be the first to be notified. And like my videos and comment below. And if you're a prospective WAEC, NECO, JAM, NAPTEP candidate, or in Africa, West Africa, any examination related to promotional examination in English, please comment below, say, English master, help me. And I'm going to do the needful to make sure you come out with a good grade. Thank you. Now, types of pronouns. Pronouns are classified as follows. Number 1, personal pronouns. Number 2, demonstrative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, possessive pronouns, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns. That's all. 6. But some grammarians may have more than this or below this. But the key thing is none will teach types of pronouns without mentioning personal and possessive or interrogative. But the key to personal, reflexive, and possessive. So any other one, someone may not agree, but these are the best for me. So let's start. Personal pronouns. This refers to grammatical person, and there are 3 grammatical persons. There are 3 grammatical or persons when we refer to pronoun. Pronouns cannot go beyond these 3 people. Number 1, the person that is speaking. Number 2, the person spoken to. Number 3, somebody or something spoken or talked about. That's all. So now let's look at it. The first person is the one who is speaking. Yes, just like the way I'm speaking. Let's assume I'm talking to my student, you are number 2. Then the thing I'm discussing about, or we are discussing about, are what? Number 3. So the second person is the one who is spoken to, while the third person is the person or thing spoken about. Personal pronouns have singular and plural forms, as well as subject and object forms. So they have plural, singular, as well as subject and what? Object. So please keep on following this channel. I'm going to be teaching comprehensively about English. Even some students normally find it difficult to identify their subject, object, verb, and so on. There is a topic I'm going to do it subsequently, and if you keep on following this channel, I can assure you that you too will become what? Master someday. Maybe. So let's proceed. Let's look at this chart in order to demonstrate this definition that we have given, or that I have given below. Now let's see. We have subject here, we have object, we have possession, we have reflexive. Let me explain this thing one after the other. When we say subject or talk about subject, subject simply means the doer of an action in a sentence. Let's say now, John killed the lion. John is the doer, which is what? The subject. Then killed is verb, which is what? Action. Then that action that John performed was transferred or is transferred to lion. So lion is the receiver. For lion to be the receiver, lion therefore becomes what? The object. Becomes the object. Even if we want to teach active and passive sentence, if we switch it, let's say the lion was killed by John. You see, even though the lion come to the place of subject, but that does not still make it the subject, because he's still receiving what? The action that was perpetrated or demonstrated by John. So therefore, the next thing is what? Possession. Possession is, when we talk about possessive pronoun, possession, these are just pronouns that we use to demonstrate belongings, things that belongs to an individual or to a team or to group, anyhow it is, to singular to plural. So possession, we use, or we have certain pronouns that we use to demonstrate possession. Example: my, our, ourselves, itself, themselves, them, and his, hers, himself, and so on. So these are what? Showing possession. The last one is reflexive. I normally define reflexive pronoun as what? An action that was performed that still have effect on the performer. I come again. Reflexive pronoun simply means an action that was performed and that action still have effect on the performer. Example: if we say they bought oranges for themselves, you see now the orange they bought is for themselves. If we say I cut myself with maybe knife, I'm the one that cut myself, so the action that I performed had effect on me. So once you understood this is a doer, this is a receiver, this is a possession, and this is what reflexive, which means action that was given still return back to the giver. That's all. Now let's look at, we say there are 3 grammatical persons. So the first person only have singular and what? Plural. So the first person singular, which as well serve as subject, is what? I. The object, me. Possessive or possession, sorry, my or mine. This my is a noun. Why this mine, M-I-N-E, is adjective. Adjective. This one is a noun, this one is adjective. In subsequent teaching, I'm going to explain. Don't forget, this is a noun, this is what? put it, this is noun, while this one is what? Adjective. So don't forget. Now, the last one reflects myself. Maybe I bought clothes for myself. Now, plural, we, us, our. That means when we are indicating that we are now more than, that means I am more than one person. It's we, us, our, ours, ourselves. This ourselves, see, look at it. This F normally changes to what? V. But there is something I want to mention that I've observed, that in my environment, this kind of a sentence or statement is common and is not good for, let me say, graduate to speak this way, or a learned person. When some people want to talk, they will say, instead of using we, they will say, us, we don't do this subject. Us, we don't offer this subject. Us, we don't offer that subject. It is wrong. Use what? We. We. This us can only be what? Used as object. So subsequent time we are going to explain. Then next one is second person. Second person are what? Pronoun. We have singular. In the second person, singular is what? You. Object still remain you. Possession, yours. Then reflexive, yourself. In the plural, you still have you, but in object, you have your. Then, because you can say that car is your. So car is what? Object. Therefore, it become what? Your. Then when you are claiming it, it become what? It turn to what? Yours. Then when the whatsoever you have in a plural, you people are in common, become what? Yourselves. I can say you go and share maybe those gifts yourselves. That means I'm referring to more than one person. Then the last one for today, before we switch to the part 2 of this topic, we now have third person, which is somebody or something spoken about. So, but in this third person, there's something that is very, very critical that I would like you to take note. We have the singular. Under it, we have these ones, 1, 2, 3 are singular. Then we have masculine. Masculine, we use masculine to refer to male. Male. That means anything boy or man. So in masculine, we have he under subject. You know, we normally use it to say maybe he is my friend. So object, him. So maybe he killed him. He killed him. Then you see him now turn to what? Object. He is subject. Killed is what? Verb. Then we have come to possession. We observe possession. Maybe that book is what? His. You can see there himself. He caught himself. You see himself, reflexive. Action performed that still had effect on what? The performer. Then feminine. Feminine, we use it to refer to females. Don't forget. Even though they say list 2 or 3 pronouns, they say maybe feminine. All you have to do, come and list these things for them. That's all. Which means related to female. Now we have she, her, hers, herself. Neuter. Neuter means, I normally say neutral. There is this English, maybe when someone knocks at your door and you say, why inside? Now say, who is that? It is wrong, because you cannot tell until you check the door and see what is there. And let me use cat or dog. A dog can knock, maybe using tail or leg. So if you check it, in certain context, it may be wrong to use who for dog. Then the best thing to use, and sometimes even harmattan, if you live in a place like northern Nigeria, harmattan, heavy wind can shake your door. While you come out, you see nothing. So the best thing to use is what? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? So when you come out, you now see, oh, it's a dog. Oh, it's wind. You see, it's correct. So it simply means neutral. Neutral. So now, neutral, we have it as subject, object, it in possessive, it. Then itself in reflexive. Now, I want to say something. Please quickly follow me. Look at this. Let's say it. We now have another one, it. This one is the correct one. This one is wrong. Why did I say so? Pronouns does not go with apostrophe. It is wrong. Maybe when you are writing, because you have been taught that whenever you are indicating possessive or possession, you must put apostrophe, whether plural apostrophe or in a singular form. So maybe you will not say hours, now put apostrophe. It is wrong. So the correct one is this. So please take note. Pronouns, anyhow, pronouns does not go or accept apostrophe. So thank you. Now let's still proceed. Now let's look at the last one. That is the plural of this third person pronoun. We now have they, we have them, their/theirs, and themselves. So here comes the end of this teaching, this part 1. So let me look for a place and put part 1. So please, whenever we release the part 2, you are going to, whenever I release the part 2, you are going to see. So thank you so much for watching. As I say, note, pronouns does not go or accept apostrophe. So thank you for watching. I still remain English Master. Please feel free to comment and make requests on what topics that you want me to explain things more, and I promise I will be at your service. So thank you. I wish all of you the best.